We're turning it off the track.
We is.
We're turning it off the track.
Come on.
We're turning it off the track.
Oh my God.
I can't believe it got this bad.
No, I can't.
We're turning it off the track.
Once again.
We're turning it off the track.
I just can't.
We're turning it off the track.
And it's getting worse.
I can't believe it got this bad.
Oh my God.
Oh, Paula, that Raw was garbage. And your biggest highlight of the night was the surprise debut of OTM. Great, man. The crowd really popped for that one. I heard they popped so hard that Triple H had to call an exterminator. Ah! Why you say that, Bobby Monsoon? Because the amount of crickets that I heard during the segment was ridiculous. Here we go, y'all. Once again, WWE proved why they're one of the most tone-deaf wrestling companies in the business. After a boring show, they ended the night with a tag match. The Usos versus LA Knight and Solo Sikoa. Then the match ends with an interference from Royce Keys and a tag team from NXT called OTM. Now, unless you watch NXT, you have no idea who these dudes are. And outside of them being from Oakland, they have zero connection to Royce Keys. And if that wasn't already confusing enough, the last time we saw Royce, he was getting beat up by Jacob Fatu. So his response to getting beat up by Fatu was going to recruit a tag team from NXT that nobody knows to beat up the Usos, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa. Like, what? This is the same LA Knight and Solo Sikoa that Royce was just best buds with at Summer Scam. So him suddenly having heat with these two makes zero sense as well. Why would he be mad at them? Because Jacob Fatu beat him up. The entire story just feels like a reach and it's annoying. Absolutely nothing happened last night that made me say, man, I gotta tune in next week to see what happens on Raw. Nothing. This is sad. Now, speaking of sad, let's talk about the WWE Women's Division. The storyline with Becky Lynch, Stephanie Valkyrie, and the Judgment Day has been some of the most boring television I've seen in a long time. WWE has failed its women's division in almost every way possible, and one of the biggest examples of that this year has been Roxanne Perez, the prodigy. Now, do y'all know what being a prodigy actually means? It's somebody who shows an incredible natural talent at a young age. In NXT, that nickname made sense. Roxanne Perez was presented like a star. She became NXT Women's Champion, was consistently featured near the top of the division, and when she finally got caught up to the main roster, it looked like WWE had another young superstar ready to take over. But the second she got involved with the Judgment Day saga, it seems like everything went downhill from there. Remember what happened last year with John Cena and Roxanne Perez? This is the same woman Cena took a pop rocks for, just for WWE to turn around the very next year to bury her. She had a match with Stephanie Valkyrie yesterday. It was a cool match, I guess. But of course, Roxanne loses again, and people online started pointing this out, how horrendous her record has become. Roxanne Perez is 2-21 in the last 23 main roster matches. 2-21! Her two victories came in tag matches. January 12th, when her and Liv Morgan won a triple threat tag team match, and April 27th, when Roxanne and Raquel beat Bayley and Lyra in a tag match. That means Roxanne Perez still has 0 single victories on the main roster this year. This is crazy. Once again, this takes me right back to Triple H in that stupid press conference talking about how wrestlers have to get themselves over with the crowd. How? How was somebody supposed to get themselves over when you book them like a complete jobber every week? You can't tell the wrestlers to get yourself over while creative is putting an anchor around your ankle. Compare Roxanne Perez right now to the version we got in NXT. It looks like she's a shell of herself. The women's division in 2026 might be one of the worst positions I've seen in a long time. I really feel like they started to fall apart when Bianca Belair and Naomi left. Speaking of Bianca Belair, unfortunately, she posted something on Instagram that's pretty concerning, y'all. Bianca revealed that she's currently dealing with carpal tunnel syndrome in both hands. She wrote, "No one ever talks about this stuff. Currently, carpal tunnel in both hands. Fingers completely numb, no feeling in surgery finger whatsoever, no grip strength, and also now mom thun, WWF LOL. Now, even though she put laugh out loud at the end, what she described is no laughing matter for a professional wrestler. Bianca is talking about the numbness in her fingers and basically having no grip strength. And think about Bianca Belair wrestling style. So much of her style depends on her strength and athleticism. The part that really concerns me though is Bianca saying she has no feeling in the finger that was operated on. Now, carpal tunnel can be treated successfully, so I'm not sitting here saying that Bianca Belair's career is over. We don't know that. But if the nerve problem becomes chronic or her grip strength doesn't return, WWE could potentially have to modify what she could do in the ring and how much she could wrestle. And if somebody whose style depends so heavily on athleticism, that could potentially become a major factor in how long she could continue to perform. I would hate to see Bianca Belair's career go out like this, man. Prayers up for Bianca. Hope she can have a speedy recovery. Now, SE Scoops is reporting that ESPN currently does not plan to renew WWE's 5-year, $1.6 billion deal once it expires. The report points to issues with media market, ESPN streaming strategy, and possible culture and synergy problems between the two companies. Now, this hasn't been confirmed yet by ESPN or the Fed, so I wouldn't treat it like it's a done deal yet, but when you look at what's already happened between the two companies, the report becomes a little bit more interesting. WWE reportedly pushed back on ESPN negative letter grades for their shows. Remember when the ES reporter Andreas was later denied credentials for WrestleMania? You had TKO publicly complaining about ESPN's unlimited pricing and accessibility. None of that proves the relationship is completely falling apart, but it does show that this partnership hasn't exactly been completely smooth either. Now, Wrestling News Co. put out a post on X saying they reached out to get a statement on the WWE ESPN story. Sources say WWE and ESPN refuted the story posted today by BJ. One source stated that there's absolutely zero truth to it. Now, personally, y'all, I wouldn't trust ESPN or the Fed as far as I could throw them, so I take everything they say with a grain of salt, but I'm gonna keep a close eye as the story develops. Last night's show was an embarrassment, so don't be surprised if Netflix is the next partnership that crumbles. Now, speaking of last night's show, now Raw started off with LA Knight and Solo Sikoa in the ring cutting a promo, and Solo continues to prove how much of a star he is as a baby face. They get interrupted by the Usos, and Jay does his warning shot. Then Solo went straight Neo in the Matrix, man. This was kind of funny.
Initial warning shot.
Now, Solo was a fool, man. That segment was funny. You know, WWE, when they find something that's working, they're going to click copy, click paste, click copy, click paste over again. So they come out with the pew, pew, pew shirts, and now Solo does the Matrix thing. That was kind of funny, man. But honestly, this was probably the best segment of the night. Yo, literally everything goes downhill from here, man. WWE is completely lost. See, Roman Reigns, when he's there, at least the show is a little bit better, but the downside is he's doing absolutely nothing different. When Roman Reigns not there, oh my God, the level of boredom goes up times 10. So that's what we got to deal with. Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix have a cool match in the most predictable tournament of all time, dog. What did I tell y'all was gonna happen? I told y'all, dog, look back. Dog, I said it on live. I said it in my videos. The finals was going to be Rey Fenix and Penta. Penta's going to beat Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix is going to lose to Roman Reigns. And congratulations, we just had the most predictable tournament of all time. I don't understand why we're even doing this now. There's a chance WWE actually could do something they almost never done. And that's throw a curveball, right? Now, Triple H can book Penta turning on Rey Fenix. Maybe we could get a blood feud. Maybe we could get something, brother versus brother. Not like Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. We know that stuck up the place at WrestleMania 40. Brother versus brother like Brett versus Owen. I think Penta and Rey Fenix could, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it'll be anywhere close to that, but since last time we remember, in a brother and brother going at each other, they could get somewhere in a stratosphere. Now, either two ways I want WWE to go about this, man. You either have them beef or just bring the Lucha Brothers back, man. The Lucha Brothers is one of the best tag teams you could put together right now. The tag team division is in disarray right now in the Fed on Raw and Crackdown, to the point where you might need to discontinue the tag team division altogether. Speaking of the tag team division, let me tell you a team that's a complete non-factor in the division. They're just holding the belts hostage. The dog, Bron Breakker, had his contract signing with Femi, and now we all know that they already did this with Brock Lesnar 100,000 times, man. Femi, he's up there looking like a star, man. He got I don't know if this is silk, I don't know if it's velvet, but it's a nice shirt, man. Got the watch on there. He's getting the bag, man. He's basically telling Bron Breakker he's not taking him too serious. He's telling him, man, you would have went over in any other era but the one in 2026. So, of course, like all contract signings, they end up in a brawl. Bron Breakker snuffs them, man. The Vision comes in. They wind up stomping out Femi. I'm like, oh, man, Femi's in trouble. But, of course, y'all know what happens. Femi winds up beating up Bron Breakker, throwing Austin Theory through a table and sending them back to catering, unfortunately, which seems to be. And there we have it. So remember how I just told y'all how the tag team championships are being hoarded by two people who shouldn't even be in the tag team in the first place? This is why I say the tag team division is a non-factor. Whenever one guy could beat your tag team champions up at any given day of the week, the titles, oh my God, bro. It makes you look at the titles like a complete joke. Now, Bron Breakker versus Femi. Let me know in the comments. I asked my live. A lot of people think that Femi's going to win. But who needs to win more? Bron Breakker lost to CM Punk at the beginning of the year, right? Bron Breakker lost to Seth Rollins. He lost their series in their feud, man. Seth Rollins wound up going over. Dog, Bron Breakker has to get one significant win in 2026. And if you ask me, I have him go over Femi. Oh, Bron, why? Bobby Monsoon? Why would Bron Breakker beat Femi if Femi beat Brock Lesnar? Well, this is professional wrestling. You also know who beat up Femi? You know who got a win over Femi? You ever hear of a guy named Ricky Starks? Y'all remember in NXT? Ricky Starks beat Femi. So if Ricky Starks can beat Femi, I'm pretty sure Bron Breakker can. Also, we got Bronson Reed in the cut, man. You know, I'm pretty sure he's healed from surgery. He looks like he lost a few pounds. He's looking a lot more ripped. So we might see an appearance from him from Sunday Night Lame event, but we'll see. Next, you got Big Cass going over Javon Evans in his first match in, I think, over 8 years. So Big Cass look good, man. I'm liking what Big Cass brought to the table in his first match. You know what I mean? Javon Evans losing. A lot of people think that Javon Evans is getting buried. I don't think so, man. Javon Evans 21, 22. He has a lifetime ahead of him. He has a long time to really sharpen his skills up, man. But I think it's good to have Big Cass win, bro. We can't have bro be gone for 8 years, come back and lose to Javon Evans. Then look at these two. Big Cass is a literal monster in the ring, bro. So they had a cool match. They wind up going over. Now, I don't understand why. Did I miss something, y'all? Why is the Judgment Day beating up Javon Evans, man? I must have missed something, but after that, the Judgment Day wound up beating up Javon Evans. And if you ask me, God, the Judgment Day just needs to quit, give up, bro. No one cares about this feud. No one asked for a feud with Javon and the Judgment Day. Next, you got another predictable match. Penta going over La Parka. No one in their right mind thought La Parka was going to win. Penta wins, and this is setting up Penta versus Rey Fenix. Like I said, this tournament is the most predictable thing of all time, man. Penta's going to beat Ray Phoenix. If you could bet on Kalshi or one of these betting websites, you could put the house on it and you'll be up probably another house. It's just too easy, bro. But Penta looked good out there, man. And it's just, God, I hate these tournaments. I'm so sick of these tournaments that are meaningless, bro. At least I just want to be on the edge of my seat a little bit. The last tournament we got, John Cena tournament, to face John Cena, we all knew Gunther was going to win. This tournament, we all know who's going to win, and we all know the guy that's going to win is going to get beat by Roman Reigns. And the next tournament, we got the John Cena Classic. Should be coming in November and December. Can we get something that's not going to be so predictable? After that, you had OTM interfering in a tag team match that was happening in the main event, and Royce Keys comes back with OTM, and they did their thing, man. You got the same table spots, you got the same barricade spots, the same steel chair spots. Like, we literally seen all of these spots all the time. It's just like, God, can we do something different? Like when the Shield came out and they made their debut, that was different, bro. We never seen something like that. People coming from the crowd and stuff, dog. Like, now in 2026, we see all of these spots before, and it does nothing to get these guys over, man. I'm pretty sure OTM is a good tag team. I got to do research on them because WWE didn't care about letting us know who these guys are. I guess they're thinking that NXT, we're watching NXT. I'm sorry. Nobody's really watching NXT like that, man, unless a big thing is happening, like Zilla Fatu's coming to NXT or something big is happening. Outside of that, we don't know the mid-carders on NXT, but let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. This Raw was garbage, trash truck juice at its finest. Thank God we got All In Sunday, and we got Dynamite on Wednesday, man. So I'm going to holler at y'all after the Dynamite stream, man, and I got my fingers crossed for a good Dynamite. You know, me and the Sickles, we was arguing a little bit, what was it, last night on my live about a bunch of AEW stuff. So I'm going to be preparing after Dynamite to have the conversation again, man. You know, we're going to call a spade, but I'm hoping for a good show. As far as Crackdown and Raw, I'm preparing everyone now. We will have, I think Crackdown is taped on Friday. Then we're going to have Raw is going to be taped on Monday. And I think another tape Crackdown on Friday. So the next 3 shows from WWE is guaranteed to be cheeks. So just giving you a fair warning. The expectations is extremely low for WWE to begin with. But, you know, when they do the tape shows, it's basically like taking a day off for them. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. I'm going to holler at you in the comments. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye!